Okay, and here we are with another IC82 video. This is the second to last video now. This is... we can start to relax. We're nearly there. The second to last video. I don't actually know very much about this. The class of locomotive, that is. It says it's a class G2A. I know none of them were preserved, although a class G2 was, and I'm not too sure what railway it runs on, but I would love to go see it. So if you could tell me, please do let me know, and it's a date. I'll be there. I would love to see it. But the G2A, no. Technically the G2A was not preserved. None of them made it. But I bought it because it was just so nice. It looked like such a nice locomotive. And Bachmann do very good steam locomotives. Some of them aren't perfect, like their, I think it's the B1 Thompson, and their A4 was for a while not very good. But the vast majority of them, excellent. LMS black, yeah, as you can see there. Again, it's where I grew up, so that's why I got one in LMS. And without tender back cab. Without the tender back cab. So basically, it's not very weather friendly. The driver and fireman are going to get quite wet if the weather's pretty nasty. So, oh well, you know, it's a harsh life. You're driving a train, you can't really complain too much. 21 pin DCC ready. So it takes the new 21 pin digital decoders, which I will come on to later. It's our usual Bachmann packaging, the current range of packagings. It's really quite nice. And on the back, we do have some information about it. As you can see there, London and North Western Railway, LNWR. So that's even before the LMS. Basically, LNWR was formed out of railway companies like the Grand Junction Railway, which was basically one of the first in the world. And then, so Grand Junction became LNWR, and then LNWR became incorporated into LMS, then LMS became incorporated into British Railways, and now they're all split up again. So that's quite interesting. It's an 080, as you saw a bit ago. To be honest though, there's not that much information here. There's not that much information at all. So I'd love to find out more about it. Maybe there's a book I can buy, or a DVD or something. Anyway, let's open it up. Okay, so here it is, and it's typical what I've called block of ice. But just slide that off and put it down for a second. Now you do get some instructions, just bear with me 1 second. Okay, here they are. So you would get these, you know, folded up like that in the box as well. Class G2A. So that's basically a parts listing. We can pretty much ignore that. Make sure it's handled carefully. Oh yeah, the engine and tender are permanently connected, and in fact, it does warn you about that before you open it up. It says, warning, you know, caution, the locomotive and tender are linked. So please lift together from the packaging. So you can just see there, well, you'll see it better in a second, but basically that's the wire running from the digital decoder socket into the motor there. So that's why, I'm not too sure why they made it permanent. They could have used a little connector, but, well, I suppose it's only a little thing, so they made it permanent. Running in, an hour in each direction. Well, to be honest, I've ran in over 100 locomotives now, and I find that 45 minutes is ample. There's no need to really do an hour. But, you know, you can if you want to, it's up to you. Curves, well, because it's an 080, because there are just so many wheels all together, it can't take tight curves. It's basically, with a locomotive like this, you want the curves to be as gentle as possible, nothing dead tight. Body removal, DCC decoder fitting, sound decoder fitting. Wow, you can even put sound in it. Lubrication, again, when it comes to lubrication, I would say less is more. Trust me, you really don't want to put too much on. It'll just ruin everything. Replacement parts, add-on detail parts. Right, okay. There's nothing more to really look at. She has been chipped. This particular example was chipped quite a while ago, so I'll just get rid of all the packaging now. And then carefully open that. Lift this up. Oh, she's heavy. Gosh. You definitely notice that. See what I mean about that permanent connection? There's actually a little drawbar there thing and a pin to slot into that hole. But there are some cables that run underneath it as well, so you have to be careful. But yes, there she is. Look at that. Stunning. Oh, of course, yes, I've just remembered. She's got a little surprise up her sleeve. Oh, this is going to be pretty tricky to manage with two big lumbering hands like this. But watch. Are you ready? Da, da, da. Ah, look! She's got an opening smoke box. How awesome is that? And you might get some people asking, why do we need that? Why do we want an opening smoke box? That's just ridiculous. Well, I'll tell you why it might be quite useful. It's because if you're really, really into your realism, I mean, I'm talking like 10 on the IC82 scale, if you're right up there at the top, and watch out for that on their website, by the way, the updates will have that on. If you're right up there at number 10, then you're going to love an opening smoke box. You can put, look, just picture it, you can put a little ladder leaning up against the front of the locomotive there, shove a little guy on the top, and make it look like he's cleaning out all the boiler tubing. That's just amazing. That would look so awesome. And then if you've got it set aside, like underneath a shed or in some sort of maintenance depot, it's just little touches like that, you see, that make all the difference. And for everybody else, just whack it shut and pretend it doesn't open. Just ignore it. But I just think it's a nice touch. You know, they didn't have to do that. They didn't at all, but they did. So yeah, there we go. There we have it. It's an 080. Look at all those wheels. So nothing at the front, nothing at the back, and then 8 in the middle. 8 main driving wheels. That's absolutely loads. And I'm pleased to report that there are no traction tyres either. None in sight. Now, what's quite interesting is you'll see there that the third row of wheels from the left, so those ones there, they're flat. Look, they don't have a flange. You see this little lip here? Some of my younger viewers who are still learning about locomotives might find this useful, but that's called a flange, this little lip. And basically that stops the locomotive coming off the tracks. It's quite important. But these wheels here do not have any flange. They're flangeless. Now, could you tell me, because, you know, people out there, my excellent viewers, my subscribers, you're much more knowledgeable than me. Could you tell me if that's real? Is that accurate? Did the real one have flangeless wheels? Or is that just for the model? Please tell me, I don't know. And right up there we can see on the cab it says, come on HD camera, focus. Oh, I miss the days of old. 7F. Right, so F is for freight and 7 is a measure of its power rating. So it's pretty strong. Because if you remember the class 9F, the Evening Star, that's really, really strong, really powerful. So this is not quite as strong as that, but then this is about like 100 years older or something. Well, maybe not 100, but it's very old. Much, much older than the 9F. So it's pretty impressive for its age. And one thing the box did say, which I found very interesting, is that, well, hundreds of them are made. Look, 836. And 478 were still in service when British Railways was formed. And some of them worked for 70 years. Okay, so 100 was a bit of an exaggeration, but after 70 years of service, some of them were still in service. Amazing. So it's obviously an excellent design. They were incredible steam locomotives. And look at that cab detail. Look at it. That is stunning. You can see what looks like the regulator there and some valves up at the top, some some pressure readouts. It's just even like a handle on the doors that slide open for the firebox. It's just beautiful. They didn't have to put that in, and they have. And that is, as I say, it's little things like that that make all the difference. Metal handrails on the front and the sides. You've got the safety valves there, you've got the dome, the chimney, sprung buffers, look at this, hundreds of rivets all over the place, hundreds, and NEM couplings as well. Slimline, small tension lock NEM socket. couplings, front and back. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. What a locomotive. What a model. Just beautiful. What a contrast to that Caledonian Single A by Hornby. Thank you very much for the comments on that, by the way. I woke up this morning and, because I fell asleep really early the other night. It's Christmas, it takes it out of you. But yeah, I read those of the comments on the single wheeler and I really was, I was despondent, and yes, I was peed off. I'm not usually like that, am I? I'm usually dead, hey, dead excited and enthusiastic. But that locomotive really did depress me. So I will not give up on her though. I shall turn the 7F, I shall turn the single wheeler into something much, much better. I shall try my best. We'll make it a project. How about we make it a project? Yeah, we'll do that for Series 4. Anyway, as for this G2A, also known as a Super D, I don't know why they were known as Super Ds, but it needs running in, doesn't it? It needs putting on the track, and we need to see how well she runs. So I'll do that now. Okay, so here we are over at the layout, ready to put the locomotive on. And putting it on is dead easy. There we go. Yeah, perfect. There might be quite a lot of wheels, but because none of them really rotate left to right, they all just rotate as they're supposed to. It's dead easy to put on the tracks. So there we go, she's on. As I say, she is chipped. She was chipped ages ago with a 21 pin chip in the tender, just like that. It's a Bachmann chip. Now, you'll notice when she starts to run that there's something not quite right. She's actually not perfect. I'm not too sure whether it's the chip or the motor, but I'll show you once she's running. So she's number 17. 17 is programmed into the controller. So let's get her going. You see, now once she's going, she's not too bad. That's pretty smooth actually, that's really nice. I'll just follow her around. We can see we can check on the progress of the something going on at the Lego station. Okay, here she comes. Nicely does it. See, everything seems okay, but the minute you get her to stop, she jerks like crazy. See? Smooth, really nice. Get her to stop. Ah, typical. She was fine that time. If I get her going again, build up a bit of speed, and then get her to stop. Whoa! What was that? That was ridiculous. That's what that was. Now, what is causing that? Is that the chip? Is that the motor? I just don't know what's causing the problem. I can't blame Bachmann at this stage because I don't know whether it's the chip, although that is a Bachmann chip as well, or whether it is actually the locomotive. I don't know. We'll have to see in a follow-up video, as I say. But for now, I'm going to get her pulling something. I'm going to get her pulling the world's smallest freight train, and she's going to be pulling this. This is a Mossfield Colliery truck from Stoke-on-Trent. It's a Trident Trains exclusive. Look at that. This I had loads of people ask me about, and I basically got this at the same time as I got the Blue Pullman, you see, and I posted pics of it to Facebook and Twitter. And everybody was like, what's the Dapple box? What's in the Dapple box? People were totally ignoring the Blue Pullman. Everybody wanted to know what this was. So I'm just going to show you what it was. I'll mount the camera to make it easier. Okay, yeah, that's easier. Camera back on the tripod. It's basically just an exclusive wagon. Lots and lots and lots and lots of shops do this. And this has been commissioned by Trident Trains with the help of Dapple. It's real, does exist. Mossfield Colliery, I don't know if it's still there, but I'm pretty sure that they spotted this wagon on one of the railway lines around there. Is it the, I can't think what it's called, the something Valley Railway. I can't think, somebody will comment in below and I just can't think of it off the top of my head. So I'm going to put this, this wee little wagon on the track. Now let's see if we can get the locomotive to back up without smashing it all over the place. Oh, wrong direction. Reverse. Yeah, coupled up just fine. In fact, she seems to be going better in reverse. She does, doesn't she? I don't get that. She seems to be much smoother. What happens when we try to stop it? Yeah. Okay, I'm going to mount the camera at various different points, and I'm just going to get this train to go in reverse, and we'll see how smooth she is. See, she's going really quite smooth now. That's pretty impressive. And then if we just bring her to a stop. Whoa! That's not impressive. Did you see that? Or how could you miss it? That was one gigantic jerk then at the end. Not realistic at all. And as I say, I don't know if that's a faulty chip or a faulty locomotive. But either way, it's going to have to come off, go to Crewe Works and be looked at. So keep your eyes peeled for a follow-up video. And then we'll have to do a third video where she actually gets to pull her proper freight train with the new limited edition Mossfield Colliery truck at the start. Apart from that, well, it looks fantastic, doesn't it? It really does look an incredible model. All I wanted to do was to just make a little run down here closer to the camera. That was crazy. Yeah. So it's a shame about that. I'm afraid I'm going to have to mark its performance down because of that. And hopefully that score will change once she's been through Crewe Works.